The gavel fell. The Supreme Court, in a decisive move, upheld the ban on TikTok. This landmark ruling sent shockwaves through the tech world and beyond. At the heart of the decision lay deep-seated anxieties about national security. The court affirmed the government's right to take action against potential threats, even those emanating from popular social media platforms. This ruling has ignited a fierce debate about the balance between security and freedom in the digital age. The court's decision was unanimous, a rare display of unity on a contentious issue. The justices agreed that TikTok's data collection practices posed a substantial risk. The potential for this data to fall into the wrong hands, namely the Chinese government, was deemed too great to ignore. The court's message was clear: national security trumps even the most popular apps. The ruling ignited a firestorm of reactions. Supporters lauded the decision as a necessary step to protect American citizens. They argued that the potential harm from data breaches outweighed any inconvenience caused by the ban. Critics, on the other hand, decried the ruling as a dangerous overreach of government power. They saw it as a blatant attack on free speech and a harbinger of further censorship. The TikTok ban is a watershed moment in the evolution of the internet. It sets a precedent for governments around the world to assert greater control over online platforms. The implications of this ruling will reverberate for years to come. The digital landscape, once a seemingly boundless frontier, is now facing increased scrutiny and regulation. Before we continue, if you like this video, please remember to share it with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then watch some more of our videos. National security concerns were front and center in the Supreme Court's decision, a landmark ruling that has far-reaching implications. The specter of China loomed large over the proceedings, casting a shadow that could not be ignored. The court recognized the Chinese government's growing technological prowess and its willingness to use technology for its own strategic ends, raising alarms about national security. TikTok, with its massive user base and trove of personal data, was seen as a potential goldmine for Chinese intelligence agencies, a tool that could be weaponized in the digital age. The court heard arguments about the potential for TikTok to be used for espionage, propaganda, and even the spread of disinformation, a chilling prospect in today's interconnected world. Experts testified about the sophisticated tools at the disposal of the Chinese government, tools that could be used to manipulate TikTok's algorithms and target users with tailored content, influencing public opinion on a massive scale. The court was clearly persuaded by these arguments, concluding that the risks posed by TikTok were simply too great to ignore, leading to a decisive ruling. The ruling reflects a growing unease about the role of technology in society, a sentiment that is becoming increasingly prevalent. The internet, once hailed as a tool for democratization and connection, is now increasingly seen as a potential weapon, a double-edged sword that can be used for both good and ill. The TikTok ban is a symptom of this growing anxiety, a sign that governments are becoming more willing to take drastic measures to protect their citizens, even if it means curtailing individual liberties, a trade-off that is hotly debated. The court's decision raises important questions about the future of the internet, questions that are not easily answered. Will we see a more fragmented internet with different countries imposing their own rules and regulations, creating digital borders that mirror physical ones? Will governments continue to crack down on social media platforms in the name of national security, prioritizing safety over freedom? These are questions that will be debated for years to come as society grapples with the implications of a digital world. The TikTok ban is just the beginning of a much larger conversation about the role of technology in our lives, a conversation that will shape the future. The TikTok ban placed Donald Trump in a precarious position, balancing on a tightrope of political and social interests. Trump, never one to shy away from controversy, found himself caught between competing interests, each pulling him in different directions. On one hand, he had long railed against TikTok, accusing the app of being a tool of the Chinese Communist Party, a potential threat to national security. He had even threatened to ban the app altogether, citing concerns over data privacy and espionage. On the other hand, Trump was keenly aware of TikTok's popularity, particularly among younger voters, who form a significant part of the electorate. He knew that banning the app could alienate a key demographic, potentially costing him valuable support. Trump's initial response to the Supreme Court's ruling was muted, a rare moment of restraint from the usually outspoken leader. He praised the court for upholding the ban, but he also hinted at the possibility of a reprieve for TikTok, leaving the door open for negotiation. Trump suggested that he might be open to allowing TikTok to continue operating in the United States, but only if it were sold to an American company, a move that would ostensibly address his security concerns. This proposal was met with skepticism from both sides of the aisle, with critics questioning the feasibility and motives behind it. Critics argued that Trump was simply trying to have it both ways, using the TikTok ban as a bargaining chip. They accused him of using the TikTok ban as a bargaining chip, a way to extract concessions from China or to score political points with his base, a tactic not uncommon in his administration. Supporters, on the other hand, defended Trump's approach, arguing that he was simply trying to find a solution that would address national security concerns without unduly infringing on the rights of American citizens, a delicate balance to strike. Trump's handling of the TikTok ban highlights the complex challenges facing policymakers in the digital age, where technology and politics are increasingly intertwined. The internet has blurred the lines between domestic and foreign policy, making it difficult to craft policies that effectively address national security concerns without also impinging on individual freedoms, a dilemma that continues to evolve. The TikTok saga is a case study in the difficulties of regulating the internet, a reminder that even the most powerful governments are struggling to keep up with the rapid pace of technological change and the ever-shifting landscape of digital influence. TikTok, faced with an existential threat, mounted a vigorous defense determined to protect its platform and its users. The company, owned by Chinese tech giant ByteDance, denied any wrongdoing, asserting its commitment to transparency and ethical practices. It insisted that it had never shared user data with the Chinese government and that it had robust safeguards in place to protect user privacy, employing advanced encryption and security measures. TikTok argued that the ban was discriminatory and that it set a dangerous precedent for other foreign companies operating in the United States, potentially leading to a fragmented global internet. TikTok's legal team argued that the ban violated the company's First Amendment rights, emphasizing the importance of free speech and open communication. They claimed that the ban was not about national security, but rather about suppressing a popular platform that had become a hub for political dissent and creative expression. TikTok pointed to the fact that many of its users were young people, a demographic that has been increasingly vocal in its criticism of the government and active in social justice movements. TikTok also launched a public relations blitz, seeking to rally its users to its cause, highlighting the platform's role in fostering creativity and community. The company encouraged users to speak out against the ban on social media using the hashtag #SaveTikTok, which quickly gained traction and became a trending topic. TikTok also partnered with influencers and celebrities to spread its message and to put a human face on the company, showcasing personal stories and the positive impact of the platform. TikTok's efforts to fight back against the ban were ultimately unsuccessful, as the legal and political challenges proved too great. The Supreme Court's ruling effectively sealed the company's fate in the United States, marking a significant setback for the social media giant. However, TikTok's fight is far from over, as the company remains resolute in its mission. The company has vowed to continue operating in other countries and to challenge the ban in court, seeking justice and a fair resolution. The TikTok saga is a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, companies and individuals are willing to fight for their right to exist and to express themselves freely, embodying the spirit of resilience and determination. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch more of our great videos. Thanks for watching.